Welcome to online classes today. So today we are going to start our third video of revision. Okay. So as usual we have started our first chapter of revision. So today's topic is ascending and descending order. If you have remember, the previous video is based on comparing the number, right? At that time we have only compared with the the digits. You can see here we have only compared by these only digits, but right now we are going to make a order of these numbers, right? Make a number of these digits. So in this video we are going to start ascending and descending order. Firstly we come to ascending order. What is ascending order? You can see here smallest to greatest order, right? Which means when we come to smallest first and in the last go to greater, right? So you can see there is example, some digits are given here, some numbers are given here, so we have to follow this formula of smallest and greater order, which means we will start writing from smallest number. So you can see here which one is smallest. As I given you some lessons about to compare number, how you can recognize that number is smallest or greatest. Firstly compare with the 1000, right? So you can see here there is also 4, there is also 4. Which one is smallest? 3 one is smallest. So between these three digits, the 3 is smallest. So we will take it here on the first one, right? And yes, these between two you can see the thousands are same, and yes, hundreds are also same. But there is one thing, that 10 of these digits are not same. Which one is bigger? You can see here there is 7, and yes, here is 1. So which one is bigger? 7 is bigger. So we will take the smallest one, right? First. So we will take here 2, 1, 9, and in the last we will take the greatest one. So we will take 4273 on the last. Now you can see here we done the ascending order like this, right? Firstly smallest and smallest, then in the last the greatest one. In this way we will compare these digits with each another, because we have to place them in a order of smallest to greatest, right? Now come to descending order. In this order we compare from the greatest to smallest, right? Firstly we will take here the greatest one. We will find it from these numbers, and we will take here in the order of greatest to smallest, right? Hope you all got it my words. So come to the greatest one. As I said, we have to compare it first. You can see here 4 is here, 4 is here, 3 is here. So we have to remember that we are doing descending. So we will take the greatest one. So you can see here 4 and 4, 2 is same, and yes, 7 is greater than the 1. We will take 4, 2, 7, 3, the one of the greatest number between these three numbers, right? Then we will take the less much greater, which one is 4, 2, 1, 9, and yes, in the last which one is the smallest? 3, 5, 8, 3. Okay, this is the one method of doing these this ascending and this descending order. When we do these sums, we have to take one thing in our mind, that we have to, in ascending we have to take the smallest number in front of the line, and yes, in the descending order we have to take the biggest number in front. Okay, so you can see the example of ascending and descending order. So in this way we have done our ascending and descending order. If you want to do more these sums, you can practice these sum at your home. You can see page number 17, which is full of these exercises of ascending and descending. You can see here there is also a wheel given to us, that is circles, which are given like smallest to greater and greatest to smallest. In this way you can learn these things in a other way. So In this way we done our ascending and descending order. Come to page number 18, right? Page number 18, you can see here successor and precessor, right? So what is successor and what is precessor? In this way we can learn successor, which means we go one plus, we add one thing, and in the precessor what we will do, we will minus the thing in the precessor. So in this we will learn the successor and precessor, right? So I will rub these sums. Okay, now I will show you the successor and yes, the other side is precessor or predecessor, right? So now we have to learn the meaning of the successor and precessor. The given just after a given number, it's a successor. You can see there are two girls are laughing together and having a conversation about successor and precessor, where a girl giving a green frock girl conversate about the successor. The number is just of a given number is successor, which means if I give 1 here and after 1, which one is? It is 2. Okay, this is successor of 1. And yes, the other girl talking about the precessor. Yes, the just number before a given number is a precessor. Just like if we have 245, right? Minus 1. So we will got 244. Just before a number. We can say easily them. This is after, and yes, this one is before. Hope you got my words, that what means a successor and what means a precessor, right? So in this way we will going to learn about successor and precessor with some example which is given to your book. Okay, now there is 245 plus 1, right? And yes, 392 plus 1 equal to, and there is precessor is 245 minus 1 equal to, and 392 minus 1 equal to. So in this way, in this easy way, I can say you learn the successor and precessor. In this way you never forget to write the right word. So when we plus 45, what we got? 46, and when we plus to 92, we get 393. In this way, what we get? The successor of these numbers, right? So come to this way. There is 245, and when we minus it, it becomes 244. And yes, when we minus from 392, it's become 391. So these all are precessor of these numbers, right? Hope you all got it. So if suppose the sum is given to you like this. Now in this way we have to give these precessor and successor, which means there is successor and there is precessor. So before 50 there is 49. So we will write here 1549. And yes, after 1550 there is 1551. So in this way we have done our successor, and yes, we don't have precessor, right? Okay, some running sums are given to you, that add, we can see on page number 18, add 482 plus 1, right, and added 20. Now you can see here when we add 833 and plus 20, right, how much it will be become? Tell me. You will plus these sum and you will get the answer of 503. Right? This is your successor and processor. The second thing, which is exercise 1E, you can solve these sums. It's very easy to solve these sums, right? Because the successor, the 4 successor you have to write, the 4 processor you have to write, which means just you have to minus it and you have to plus it. Okay? So in this way we learn the 2 different type of things today. So okay, so let's move further in the odd and even number, right? Odd and even number. So in the first video I have given some adding sum, right? Some add of your points, that which one called even number and which one called odd number. So you can come here on the page number 20. On the page number 20, the 2 boys and boy or girl is showing to us. You can see here on your page number 18. A girl wants to say number 1, 2, 3, 5 do not make perfect pair of 2. Right? They are odd numbers. Okay. In my language, which are not divisible to 2. Right? Which are not coming at 2 table, which is not divided by 2. Right? So those are odd numbers. And yes, those numbers like 2, 4, 6 make a perfect pair of 2. So these are even numbers. So odd number are numbers like 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. These are odd numbers. Okay. So the whole example of odd number is given to you, 20 page number. And yes, even number, those numbers are comes, right? So even number is which is divisible by 2. Okay, you can take it like this: 2, 4, 6, and yes, 8. These all are even numbers. Or the whole thing, which is 10, 24, 36, 28, 32, 44, 56, 68, 70, 82, 94, 100. These all are even numbers. So in this way you learn the odd and even number. Which one called odd and even number? Yes, some facts are given in your book. You can look at your book, right? There is something is written that the sum of 2 odd numbers, right? The 2 odd numbers is an even number, right? When we plus, just like take a 1 number. I will take 3 and 1. 1 plus 3. It's become 4. Or 4 is even number. You can see. Okay. So it means odd and odd is even. Right? It's even. And in the second thing, you can see here the 2 even numbers become even numbers. If I will take 2 plus 4 or 2 plus 6, right? 8 and it becomes 6. So these will be the even number, which means when we plus even and even, it's equal to the even. It's not going to become a odd number, right? So in this way we learn the odd number and even number. Yes, when we sum up an odd number, like we have 11 plus 16 is an even number and 11 is a odd number. So when we plus these sums, we got 27, which is odd. So that means when we plus one odd and even, it's become odd number. So in this way, children will learn about the even and odd. When we came together, odd and odd, it's become even. And yes, when even we plus, we take the even. And yes, we have to follow the other exercise, that the greatest number of odd number, which 1, 2 digit. So you will do by yourself. This one is very easy concept. And yes, the other one is estimation of the rounding of numbers. So we will take the rounding of numbers today. You can open your book number, page number. Estimation. Estimation, which means not exact thing, right? If I give you 4 number and I will tell you that about estimation, then I will not confirm about that. I will say there are 2.5, 3.5, this kind of approximate something, to suppose something, right? Nearby something, rounding of the nearby something. So this is called estimation, to approx something. So you can see here, when we learn about 10, okay, estimation of 10, which means we will count from 40 to 50, right, in 10 estimation. Hope you got it. And when we come to, right, when we come to 100, nearest 100, so if there will be 225, okay, to 186, which will be go through the 100 to 200, right? If I will take here 45 and I will take here 54, okay, so it will go through by 40 to 50, right? Estimation. And yes, when we round the nearest 1000, if we have the number which is 1320 and 2670, the 2000 to 3000, these are the ways to rounding of the numbers, right? So I will explain it in a better way that you learn it very easily, okay? One by one I will give you examples. Okay, the first example is a number line can help us to round the number. We will take a line to explain everything. Okay, you can see here, round 62 and 68, right, nearest 10. Okay, now listen, it's from 62, which means it is approximately 60 to 70, because we have to count nearest 10, which means 60, we will add the 10, it becomes 70, which means we have to count it from 60 to 70. Let's take it, a line. I will take a line here, okay, from 7. So let's do it. It will be 61, it will be 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, and yes, 69. So which numbers are given to us? 62 and 68. Now you can see simply here, right, where is 62 and where is 68? There is 62 and there is 68. So we have to find the nearest. So which one is nearest to which number? So you can see here, 62 is nearest to 60. And yes, 68 is nearest to 70. So this one is nearest to 10, which means we have to count between the adding 10, right? So easily we got the number of 60 and 70 of these two numbers. Hope you got it, the nearest estimation of 10. Now we are going to take 100. Estimation of 100. So students, let's take another example to round is 125. And yes, the another number is 186, which is we have to take nearest 100, right? So what we will do, we will take a line. This is the 100 line. So how we will take 100? Okay, then 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170. We are counting 100. We are taking plus 100. Okay. So from 100 to 200 because we are adding it. So from 100 to 200 we have to count because it's nearest to 100 and it is nearest to 200. So easily we can find it 180 and here is 190 and here this one is 200. So which one we have to take? 125, right? So there is 120. We will count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there will be 125. Okay, you can see here 125 and the next number is 186, which is nearest to 80. So we will take add of 181, 182, 183, 184, 185, 186. So this is nearest to 200, right? And 125 is nearest to 100. So what we will get? 100 and yes, which is down to 100 and the other one is goes to 200. So the estimation answer is 100 and 200. In the same way, when we will take 1000 here and yes, we have to find it from 1000 to 2000, right? Because we are going to find it in thousands. So we will take round of numbers. For example, if you have 130 and you having 2670, right? We'll take a line. Here will be 2000 because it's starting from 2000 now. We will take it 2000 here and yes, now we will count it like this. We have 2000, then we will have here 2100, 2200, 2300, 2400, 2500, 2600, 2700, 2800, 2900 and here this one is 3000. So now we having 2130. So where we will take it? There is 300, there is 200 and we have 130. So it will be go to 1100. So we'll count it 130. So it's 10, 110, 120 and 130. So it is nearest to 2000 and yes, here is 2670. There is 600. We have to plus it. Okay, we will plus it. 600, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There will be 670. Okay, so this is nearest to which number? This is nearest to 3000. So the estimation number of these two are 2000 to 3000. This is your answer of estimating the sum. And you will do the whole sum like this. By this method, you have to do the 100, 10 and everything. Right? So students, hope you got all the things better. Estimation, comparison of number, ascending, descending, successor, precessor. So all these things you have to clear in your mind because your first chapter is all about digits, all about numbers, how you converted them into estimation, how you convert them in an expanded form, how you write the number name, how you take it as a comparison, do the successor and precessor, which means you have to add and plus, which we can define in simple term after and before, right? So in this way we learn chapter 1. Today we done a chapter 1. Okay students, if you have any questions regarding this chapter, you can comment below the video. Okay, there is comment section, you can comment there if you have any problem. I will take this problem to next video and I will simplify it in my next video. Thank you students.